Asante sana. That's Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, the country is going to experience the earthquake. I will be speaking passionately, emotionally, and honestly to the people of Kenya today. And I will ask you to lend me your ears and your eyes, and where you can, your emotions, because we must speak to Kenyans. Let me start with the salutations. Distinguished guests, starting with the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and his entire entourage who have come. That's great. I didn't know Duale was here, but that's good. My brother, Senator Moses Wetangula, the party leader of Ford Kenya, Simba. My good friend, Governor William Kabogo, the party leader of Tujibebe, hataki kubebwa, anasema tujibebe. ANC party officials in your varying capacities, the women and youth leagues in particular, the ANC manifesto experts for your excellent work, our development partners, members of the diplomatic corps who have found time to be with us as ANC members, and supporters throughout the country, invited guests, observers, ladies and gentlemen. And in this particular moment, let me also acknowledge the several members of parliament and MCAs who are here, and they shall be recognized as you go on. We are assembled here on what is going to be remembered for generations to come as one of the most defining gatherings and moments in the history of the Kenyan nation. It is not common to witness an assembly of this character, and in the regular ebb and flow of civic events in our country, gatherings of this kind do not take place on Sundays. This is the first one. I wish to thank you all for setting aside the time to be part of this parade. Also with us here today, we are several members of my family, and kindly allow me to quickly introduce to you my immediate family, beginning with my best friend and life partner, Tessie. Tessie has walked with me steadfastly over the past 32 years. She is a pillar of comfort, strength, and support, and the mother To our 3 children, as I mention their names, please rise. Moses, that is Substone, Michael, Lulu, and Marianne Atsanzale, who has spoken. Allow me to thank them for the support that I continue to enjoy from them and for the vicarious carrying of some of the political burdens that should be reserved for me. Thank you all for being there for me, and I love you very much. Fellow Kenyans, ladies and gentlemen, the choice of this day has been made very carefully and deliberately, because indeed people are asking me, why Sunday? For we are gathered here to mark the start of the turning wheel of the history of our country. We are at a turning point where the story and experience of our country must turn. In the past, Kenya has experienced many turning points where her history has refused to turn because there was no will to turn it. Today's assembly is different from all other assemblies of this kind before. It is because we intend to turn the history of our country. Hence the theme of this occasion is Ni kweli tusidanganyane. It is true, let us not lie to one another. For so long, Kenyans have lived on a diet of political lies, deceit, and betrayal. Those in leadership have failed to place any useful premium on the words that leave their lips. There has been no passion in their hearts, no sincerity in their minds. And when making promises, and especially electoral promises, a wide gap exists between the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts. Our words dissolve into meaningless vapor the very moment they leave our lips. This assembly is intended to mark the start of the end of the culture of leadership, paying lip service to the long-suffering people of this country in the spirit of our mantra, Ni kweli tusidanganyane. Accordingly, no day of the week could be more astute for the NDC of ANC, as well as our missionary and visionary agenda for this country and its people. Within Christendom, Sunday is sacrosanct. It is a day to make ablutions and oblations, a time for sacrifice and renewal. We are here, therefore, to renew ourselves, to find fresh energy and fresh commitment to the great sacrifices that lie ahead, to embrace the greater national good and interests. We are here, fellow Kenyans, to define and aim for greater loyalties and bigger dreams for our country. We are here because we have transcended narrow individual agendas. We have begun the journey to end personality cults and the impunity that goes with them, to replace them with elevated national goals, values, and agendas. Na huu ni ukweli, tusidanganyane. Fellow Kenyans, allow me therefore to thank you all who are assembled here today, as well as those who are following us through the other platforms, for being a part of this grand parade, the second Amani National Congress NDC since the formation of our party in 2015. I take great pride in the knowledge that ANC has grown with leaps and bounds. We have come way beyond the founding expectations. We have shaken off our detractors and malign forces that have attempted to slow us down, to divert us from our cause, and to wreck our party. We have gallant men and women, young and elderly, all made of sterner stuff than our detractors have imagined. We are majestically marching towards the noble goal of making our country better for the present and future generations. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to singularly thank this NDC for ratifying my presidential candidature for this year's election. This is the first major step in the direction that we are headed. You have bestowed upon me a great honor and a momentous task. I accept this assignment with a lot of humility and a sense of pride and duty. Whether the road ahead is marred with thorns or stones, heat or thunderstorms, I promise and commit that because of the confidence you have shown in me and because of your commitment to work with me, we will this time get to the promised land. The land of milk and honey. Wakati huu tusidanganyane. Join me, therefore, on a brief and truthful journey of reflection about our dear country, an audit of our hopes and the impediments that frustrate them. Where is our country, and what can we do about it? First, Kenya is broke. Let me state the obvious. Kenya is broke. Tusidanganyane. The great American patriot Abraham Lincoln admonished us to always follow the path of the truth. The fact is, he said, the truth is your truest friend, no matter what the circumstances. So the truth must be told, no matter how uncomfortable it may be to some. Tusidanganyane. Kenya's public debt is galloping towards the 9 trillion ceiling against a GDP of Kenya shillings 11 trillion. This means that for every 100 shillings of revenue collected, 70 shillings goes towards paying debt. That leaves a paltry 30 shillings for public salaries, health services, education, security, infrastructure, and all those services that fall under devolved government. Yet we are told all the time by faceless people, yani team danganya Kenya. Team danganya Kenya. Not to speak about these things to Kenyans. But we must speak about these things. We must tell Kenyans that their country is at risk of being auctioned by international lenders. Critical national assets have been mortgaged. Indeed, the whole country is now on mortgage. When we ask to be told how the SGR facility, an infrastructure project, not a security project, an infrastructure project, when we ask to be told how the SGR facility has been secured, for example. We are told in affidavits filed by the government in court, not by a stranger, but by the government in court, that it is a state secret, a high national security risk. Ladies and gentlemen, this is truly an affirmation that our sovereign debt has become a matter of national security and a risk to our security. The truth is that Kenya risks losing its sovereignty because of reckless borrowing to fund corruption. We need to save our country from the looming danger. We must tell Kenyans the truth about the so-called public-private partnerships. The private partners in these cartel-style deals are people in government, working with their close family members and cronies. These people are literally eating up the country. They are eating you up. For how long will we allow this to go on? These are the real thieves in the country. And you know what? These cartels do not even pay taxes. They are the worst burden that the country has ever had to carry. We must, ladies and gentlemen, we must reject their political projects and sinister schemes. Let me proceed, ladies and gentlemen. Let me proceed. We must reject their political projects and sinister schemes in this year's elections. We are tired. I, Musalia Mudavadi, have refused to board the boat of lies. I was never trained to be a liar. I will not begin lying to Kenyans in my ripe age. Like Abraham Lincoln, I solemnly believe The fact is, the truth is your truest friend, no matter what the circumstances are. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am not boarding the train of lies. Let me instead tell Kenyans the truth. Reckless and irresponsible loans have sapped financial resources from the productive private sector. Kenya is on the verge of bankruptcy. Our creditors can hardly risk or lend us any more money than they have done. And now, the retiring government has resorted to scorched earth tax policies. Punitive, heavy taxation is applied to anything and everything, from airtime to fuel, electricity, agriculture and manufacturing, and the inputs. Shouldn't Kenyans know why it is cheaper to buy imported eggs, imported milk, imported maize, imported sugar, and tomatoes? In this environment, the dignity of the Kenyan people is badly eroded. State Fuliza has turned Kenya into a pariah society. Kenyans Fuliza 1.2 billion daily. Lastly, last year, Kenyans borrowed 351 billion. Now every other Kenyan is a fugitive from Fuliza, with several disguised phones. Ladies and gentlemen, kwa hivyo tusidanganyane. Kwa ground niko ba. When things were this bad and intolerance was a malignant tumor, Euripides, an Athenian playwright who lived 480 and 406 BC, had the courage to vow, I would rather die on my feet than live on my knees. I don't know about you, and I don't know about you either. But certainly, I don't want to live on my knees in my own country. Indeed, how can we be proud that the government has bankrupted itself and the people? How can we accept to live on our knees? Kenya is at a dangerous crossroads. The government is suffocating the goose that lays the golden egg. It is borrowing to pay salaries. Many businesses have downsized, closed down, or relocated from Kenya. The labor sector is in the intensive care unit